Alright, welcome back to New Zero Land. Today, I'm going to wrap the bike. So my bike has been red from the factory since forever. And pre-2017 Zeros actually had dyed body panels, so these aren't painted. In 2017 they started painting them. So this has caused some issues. For one, the front fender is a different shade of red than the tank, and the tank actually has these weird white splotches, which I can't explain how that happened. Maybe something fell on it, but I can't wipe them off. So I figure the best way to do this, and probably the cheapest way, is to wrap it. I'll start with the front fender, which is just 2 Allen bolts on both sides to take off. It's really easy. This will probably be the easiest part to wrap, and then the tank probably next, and then the back one. I have no idea how to take the tail off, so that'll be interesting. So first thing you want to do is to clean it up, because you don't want like all bugs and dirt and stuff under the wrap, and the cleaner it is, the better the wrap is going to stick to this part. And this is the color it's going to be. It's a 3M wrap, Flip Ghost Pearl Satin. So it looks white, but in the light, if you can see, it's kind of got this like sheen. I don't know, my wife is really into unicorns, so it's perfect for her. And I want to say I got 2 meters by 1.5 meters. It ended up being exactly what I needed. Zeros only have a few body panels and they're pretty small, so you don't need very much wrap. Alright, so you kind of line up this thing and then roll it over, and it is wrapped. Done. Credits. I'm just kidding. I wish it was that easy. So I think there's 2 ways of doing the front fender. You can get a friend to hold the fender for you, and then you can lower the wrap on top of it, starting from the middle, and then smooth your way out to the sides. Or you can do it like this, where you start from the side, and then you wrap all the way to the other side. And it seemed to work for me. This stuff is really stretchy and easy to work with, but to make it even easier, use a heat gun, or in my case, a hairdryer. Alright, so here it is, like 2 or 3 hours later. I still have to cut holes for the mounting points, but yeah, here it is all wrapped up. I think it looks pretty cool. Like, it's got this weird, like, iridescent kind of, is that the word? I don't know. Anyway, it's my first time wrapping, so it's not perfect, but I learned a lot doing it, and definitely using a hairdryer or a heat gun is the way to go. But yeah, it's gonna look pretty sweet on the bike, and then yeah, I've learned a lot, so I can hopefully do those pieces a lot easier next time. Alright, next up is the tank, which actually looks really difficult because it's 2 pieces, this really crazy shape, and then I don't think this comes off, so I'm gonna have to like kind of wedge the wrap under here, under this black piece. But first I have to take off the knee grips, which I could just use the hairdryer, heat it up, and then hopefully take this off, and then do the same thing here, heat up the glue under it, and then maybe use like some floss to get the emblems off, and then I should be able to wrap it. Wow, so this really shows how much it's faded over the last 3 years. So this is the original color, this red color, and then it's faded to this like weird orangey color and like these strange white splashes. I'm not really sure what caused that. So I feel like the wrap is gonna help a lot. Next up, take off the seat and then start removing the bolts that hold the tank in. You just need an Allen key and a screwdriver for the front. Alright, so here's the interesting part. So the tank is made of 2 pieces held together by the black inner bit where the cargo box is. And it's kind of like, they're these like plastic rivet kind of things that's holding them together. And so if you want to take it apart, you have to break those, and I don't know how to put those back together. So I'm just going to leave it together and try and wrap as close as I can to this, and then just use like an X-Acto knife or something and cut that along this edge, and hopefully it'll look okay. Once the wrap's heated up, it's easier to get all the air bubbles out and work around the fine details. And this is how it turned out. I'm really happy with it, considering this is the first time I've wrapped a bike, and these pieces are such weird shapes. But I decided that it was just too much of the same color, so I grabbed the knife and cut out some red accents. This way it looks a little bit more unique. Alright, now it's time to wrap the tail. As you can see, I scratched the hell out of it with the unicycle. So the wrap will cover that up, and yeah, I just need to figure out how to get this thing off. I think there's just some screws on the bottom. It's like a two-piece thing, and this part just comes off. So there's a screw there, and a screw in here. And Zero actually put a hole in this piece below it that goes all the way through, so that you can stick a screwdriver all the way through it to get that screw out, instead of taking all these other pieces off. Pretty crazy. Et voila! Okay, let's see. How does this thing come off? Yeah, like that. Pretty sweet. I'm not going to wrap the bottom piece because nobody's really going to see it, and it's such a weird shape, like kind of goes in there. So I'll just clean this up and wrap this. And I'll probably do something similar to this, where I just have probably white on the outside, and then I'll leave this red in the middle, because that's also a like kind of complicated shape to wrap. Unfortunately, the American flag has to go, so I'm gonna take that off with the heat gun. Hairdryer. Once again, the amount of fading that happened over the last couple of years is just insane. But that's okay, because we have wrap. So I'm just gonna put the last little bit of wrap on this thing, and it's gonna fit perfectly. Yeah, look at that. Pretty sweet. It turned out really well. And it only took maybe half an hour, I think. Just like setting up the hairdryer like this and then working under it was probably the way to go. So now I'm just going to cut out the middle so that it's going to be white on the outside and then red down the middle. So this concludes how to wrap your Zero. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.